Well, we're talking about divorce issues, and today we start the march down the custody trail. How does custody work? What are we looking at for custody and visitation? Well, I think we all know that growing up in Arkansas, custody and visitation look like mamas get custody and dads get visitation. And unless mom loved to drink a handle of whiskey every night, then dad would get custody. Or, well, sometimes dad's mom would get custody. But slowly, since that time, things have changed. Dads have gotten more visitation, or dads have found themselves in a situation where they get full custody more often than what they were used to. And then sometime over the last 10 years, the state of Arkansas decided that joint custody was favorable in our state, which meant that both parents should have an opportunity to raise their child if they can, act right, if they can make good choices, if they can put the best interest of their children in front of all the baloney they have with the other parent. Now, not everybody can do that. I think we all have people in our life that just love the baloney more than they love their kids. And that's unfortunate, but that's just the way the world works. And when that's the case, joint custody is not favorable. But, if you're basically good people and you're trying and you want to work together to do what's in the best interest of your children, and you're in the same school district, same area, and you can get the kids back and forth to school, joint custody may be a reality for you. Joint custody may be a reality. May it be a paternity action? And let's say you have an established paternity. And you do establish paternity. Well, guess what? You may be looking at joint custody. The same is true in a divorce. After the divorce, the judge is going to try to give the parties joint custody. Now, facts may be put forward to show that joint custody is just not possible. If you always call the mother of your child or the father of your child a 4-letter word, or, 6-letter word, maybe you're creative, who knows? But an inappropriate word nonetheless, you're probably not going to get joint custody. Their mama gave them a name for a reason. Use it. Because your child doesn't need to hear you calling the parent that they are, made up of 50% of those awful names. Even if they deserve it, your child doesn't need to hear it. So the court will take all of that into consideration and try to make a decision that's in your child's best interest. And they'll shoot for joint custody, but if it's not possible, then they'll figure out a visitation and a custody schedule that seems to be in the best interest of the child. And it may lean back on the idea of every other weekend, but each case is different, and the judge will come up with a different custody and visitation schedule based on the particular needs of each case. And unfortunately, that puts you in a situation where the judge is determining when you come and go. That's why a lot of people want to try to reach an agreement. But agreements are not always possible, and that's why you need attorneys, and good attorneys who know what they're doing. So hopefully you're not in the middle of a custody case or contemplating one, or, just wanting to stir stuff up down the street. But if you need help with any legal issues, I'm your guy. Fuller Bumpers, downtown Batesville. Give me a call. We'll bring you in, schedule an appointment, and we'll get you headed in a better direction.